Hello.
Hey.
Welcome back to Story Not Story.
Yeah, this is a podcast. What's it about?
It's two people, a man and a wife.
Who?
Why do they say that? Man and wife. It's a man and a woman.
Gosh.
Husband and wife.
Oh my gosh.
And
Patriarchy's here this week.
Oh boy. And we talk about patriarchal issues. No. We tell each other stories on the spot.
Bedtime stories, if you will.
And most of you probably already know that. Why are we even telling you?
There could be new listeners.
There's probably noobs. Hey, any noobs? Give us a shout out.
Yeah, just shout out into your room or your car or your office or wherever you're listening to this. Just shout.
Yeah, just yell it. And then also you could email us at storynotstorypodcast@gmail. You
could do that.
Or Twitter, Stories in Bed.
Yep.
Or Facebook.com/storynotstory.
Yep, what else?
YouTube.com/storynotstory.
Oh my gosh, that's so many things.
Yeah, okay, let's get to the stories.
Here's the thing. We need to address something. We got an email last week. From Cow Dude. Mm-hmm. And Cow Dude wants to point out that he lives in Philadelphia.
Okay.
And there's no East Philadelphia. He says, I think you mean Northeast. East Philadelphia is the Delaware River.
It's kind of like East Chicago is Lake Michigan.
Sure. Except there is an East Philadelphia. We talk about it all the time.
We mention it in every story.
It's there.
It is a real place in our hearts and in reality.
Yeah, where various people live and conduct business. So
at one time didn't dogs and cats, weren't they able to talk?
I think that they were.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a variety of other things happened. We don't remember our stories.
I don't remember our stories.
But the point is, East Philadelphia is a place. I'm not trying to be argumentative with you, Cow Dude. We appreciate that you like our podcast and that you're listening.
Yeah,
but you need to study your maps again, because it's there. Mm-hmm. It's a place. So with much further ado, many further ados,
let's tell our. Can you tell me a story, China?
I would love to tell you a story.
Could you tell me a story based on a suggestion from my good friend Sam Bolton, who I don't know?
Is Sam Bolton related to Ramsay Bolton?
Oh God!
Of Game of Thrones fame.
I was hoping you would say Michael Bolton.
It could also be related
Ramsay
to
Bolton
Michael Bolton.
Is fictional.
Michael Bolton could be related to Ramsay Bolton.
Ramsay Bolton is fiction. Actually,
Michael Bolton tortures us with his music.
We seem to be blurring fiction and fact a lot these days.
I don't understand.
Anyway.
Okay.
Sam Bolton, a person probably unrelated to anyone we know with the last name Bolton.
Okay.
Sent us an email at storynotstorypodcast@gmail.com. Uh-huh. He sent us this suggestion.
I can't wait to hear it.
China, could you please tell me a story about a snowman who is alive? Similar to Frosty the Snowman, but not.
Not Frosty the Snowman.
No.
This is
it could be Frosty the Snowman if you want.
It's not going to be.
Okay.
This is going to be a much more interesting story than had I told a story about a snowman who is not alive. Because that would be very short.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I just so happen to know a story about a snowman who's alive.
What?
Mm-hmm. And this snowman's name was Krusty. Crusty the Snowman.
Snow isn't crusty.
Well, sometimes it is. It can be like crunchy. Like if it snows and then it kind of rains, but then it refreezes. You know?
Okay, so he's kind of icy then.
Yeah, but they call him Krusty.
Okay.
The other snowmans do. Snowmen?
The snowmans?
Snowmans.
Snowmans is the proper nomenclature.
Yeah. You would say men is the plural of man, but with snowman, it's just
different.
Yeah, it's just different.
It works different. Yeah.
English language is weird, and also we're lying.
What?
What?
We're not lying. Don't tell them we're lying.
We're not lying. We're not lying.
Okay.
So, Crusty the Snowman.
So is he related to Krusty the Clown at all from The Simpsons?
No, I don't really watch The Simpsons, so I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh wow, you didn't? What? Oh, I can't believe I'm married to you.
Are we getting divorced right now?
Well,
taking off my rings.
I didn't realize how much you didn't know about The Simpsons.
I know that there's Homer.
Yeah.
Bart.
Yeah.
The blue-haired lady.
Yes.
The sister.
Yes.
That baby.
Maggie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do they have a dog?
Lisa and Maggie.
Yeah. Do they have a dog? Or a cat?
They have.
Or an animal?
Oh crap! I haven't seen The Simpsons in a while.
See, I think I know more.
No,
about
they do
it
have a
than
cat.
you.
They have a cat. They have a cat. It's what's her name? His name. Its name. No, they have a dog. And a cat. I don't remember their names.
That's okay. Well, so Crusty the Snowman has nothing to do with The Simpsons, so we spent a lot of time on that for nothing.
Okay.
And Crusty the Snowman got his name because he was built out of this, like, icy, crunchy snow by the neighborhood children. Mm-hmm. And they built a lot of other snowmen before that. And so they were hanging out and they watched Krusty be built and they realized how crusty he was. And so the other snowmans, what did I say before? Snowmans. Nicknamed him Krusty because they were really mean.
Okay.
And it was not a nice name.
That's not good.
No. And Krusty just had to put up with this bullying because he's a snowman and they don't really move around. They just kind of stay where they are.
Yeah.
But he was really unhappy. The other snowmans, it's going to be hard to remember to say it like that. The other snowmans were and snowwomans were cruel and relentless. And it was not fun. And of course they would stop when the children came around to, like,
of course they would.
Yeah.
Putting on airs.
Yeah, because, you know, they wanted to, their purpose in life is to spread joy to children, but apparently it is not to spread joy to each other because they were big old jerk butts.
Mm-hmm. Just like comedians behind the scenes, when you talk to comedians and clowns when their makeup's off, like Krusty the Clown. Not a very nice man.
No.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
By the way.
Yes.
The cat in The Simpsons, Snowball. The dog, Santa's little helper.
For real?
Yeah.
That's their names?
Yes.
In The Simpsons?
Yes.
Are you making that up?
I am not making that up at all.
That is totally on theme.
It sure is.
With this
yes, it is.
story.
Yep.
That's very weird. So anyway, the days go on, not very far because snowmans don't last forever.
No. That's the old adage.
Yeah.
Snowmans don't last forever. I believe that was Confucius who said that.
I think so. Yeah, I remember that. I learned about it in high school.
Yeah, you did.
Yep. So, but the days go on, and Krusty is just getting fed up with this treatment because Krusty has done nothing to these other snowmans to make them think that it is okay to treat him this way. And he's like, you know what? It's never been done before, but I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna move.
What?
Yeah, I'm gonna figure out how. And so he gets to work brainstorming, and there happens to be a snow woman next to him who wasn't really...
Wait, so there are snow womans?
Yeah.
Womans?
Yeah.
Okay. Snow womans? Yeah.
And she hasn't really been participating in the mockery because she's not about that life. She just wants to be happy and make people happy.
Are there anatomical differences between snowmans and snow womans?
Well, sometimes, but sometimes there's not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just wondering. Like what makes a snow woman? Oh, a snow woman?
She just said that she was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
cool.
So her name was Moxie.
Moxie
the snow woman.
Nice.
Yeah. And she's got Moxie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, she sees Krusty one day thinking really hard and planning and brainstorming. He's writing out mathematical formulas in the snow with his stick arms, and she's like, how do you even know math? You are a snowman and you were just made like 3 days ago. And he's like, I went to Harvard.
What?
Yeah, back when he was water, before he got snowed out, he was in someone's water bottle at Harvard.
Before he got snowed out.
Yeah.
So he was in someone's water bottle, and then what happened to him? How did he
was consumed.
Yeah.
And then urinated.
Yeah, okay.
And then went through the water treatment plant.
Yeah, but he was like... so like somehow it was like this collection of water that maintained its whole?
Yes.
Like it was together?
There's magic involved.
Oh, there's magic. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't question it.
All right.
Because it'll fall apart.
Okay.
So Krusty parts of him anyway, had gone to Harvard and learned him some math.
Parts of him, okay.
Yeah. Well, it's not like a whole snowman's worth of water in a water bottle.
Okay.
And he took a bunch of different classes because he was in a lot of different water bottles.
Okay, sure. Good. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Lucky of him.
I know.
Good free education.
Yeah. Moxie didn't go to Harvard. She went to...
LSU?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that in Louisiana?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's where she went.
Okay.
Yeah. But they
You said that as if Harvard was also in Louisiana.
No.
Is that in Louisiana too?
No, I know that Harvard is not in Louisiana.
Harvard's in East Philadelphia.
It's in East Philadelphia, obviously.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, he's writing out these mathematical formulas, and she's like talking to him about it and everything. And she realizes that he wants to learn how to move and leave so he can get away from these bullies, because he doesn't feel like he should have to put up with that. And she's like, I'll come with you. And so the thing that happens is the thing that I'm about to say.
Yeah, that's probably true.
I'm gonna get a drink of water.
Okay.
So they can concoct a plan.
Okay, sure.
What they're gonna do is they've got 3 sections. They've got like a big round ball of snow on the bottom, and then a middle one, and then a head one.
Yes.
So they're gonna use their stick arms to lift up their middle section while they're like slinging themselves forward, and then like jump up, and then the bottom ball will roll a little bit, and then they'll land back on it with their middle section.
To where?
Away.
Away.
They're just leaving.
Okay.
It's like if you would walk away from someone who's bullying you. Where are you going?
So they're just going to do that over and over again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I thought they were just doing it once. And then it's, yep. Oh,
yep.
and
far enough.
Here we go.
This is much better.
All right.
Yep. We're 6 inches further away now.
So they lift themselves up.
Yeah.
With their stick arms.
As they're jumping.
Yeah.
And like jumping forward, and it causes the bottom ball to roll.
Yeah.
And then they land on it.
That's just a really inconvenient way to move.
Well, do they have legs?
I'm just saying it's unfortunate for snowmen's and women's.
Snowman's and woman's.
Oh, snowman's and woman's.
Man, you were bad at English.
Sorry.
So, anyway, they figure this out, and they try it, and lo and behold, it works. And they roll away to the forest, which is like 20 feet away, but it takes them like a really long time to get there. And also they're picking up more snow as they're going, so their bottom area is getting pretty big.
They're getting big.
Yeah, so they can't really get that far. It's not a perfect science.
Sure.
And but they get to the forest, and they're like, oh, okay, awesome, because they're far enough away that they can't hear the heckling from the other snowmans.
Yeah.
And the other snowmans just kind of forget about them for a little bit. And then, they get to talking, and they realize that they have a lot in common because they're both snow people.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much... Snow persons.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much all there is to them. They share the same interests.
Yeah.
Cold, winter sports.
Yeah.
Outside. Christmas time.
Sure.
etc. And they become really good friends. And they're not romantically involved because they don't feel that way about each other. But they're really good friends. And Krusty is really glad that he has a companion in the forest because the squirrels are also kind of mean and they keep eating his buttons.
Wait, still?
Well, the squirrels were in the forest. They didn't know that the snowmans had acorns for buttons until Krusty came over there. So every time he grabs new buttons, the squirrels will come and eat them off.
That's annoying.
It's pretty annoying.
Although, on the other hand, he's not wearing a shirt, so it doesn't really matter that he has
He doesn't really need buttons.
No.
But it's just kind of part of the aesthetic.
Yeah, but if it's just him and this Moxie lady...
Yeah.
Who cares, right?
Yeah, who cares?
Just live your life.
Yeah.
But then, okay, so it's wintertime. Where are they?
They're in East Philadelphia.
When does the snow go away?
Well, so what happens is...
is this going to be similar to your grass weed ending?
It was fortunately a really cold winter, and so they didn't have, they had snow consistently, and they didn't have a melt or anything during the winter. But, then March came around, and the rains came with spring, and everybody died.
Including them?
Well, of course. It took longer because they were under the cover of trees in the forest.
Did they die? Because...
Well, I mean...
They turned into water.
They melted. They turned into water.
Yeah.
I guess they didn't die.
Yeah.
And actually, Moxie and Krusty decided to stay together as water particles.
Just mixed together?
Yes.
Aw.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
And then what happened to them?
And then they went down the drain, and they went into the water treatment plant, and they got poured into a glass, and someone drank them.
I feel like the cycle would continue.
Yeah.
For a while.
It's not over.
They're probably going to separate at some point, though.
I mean...
But different particles would be all mixed together, and then parts of both will be in different places.
Yeah. Aw. But
maybe
parts of them would
maybe parts of them are inside me or you or you, listener,
or you. Yeah, that's creepy.
Yep.
These sentient snow people, snow persons, are inside of all of us.
Could be.
You got a sentient snow person inside of you.
Sure do.
Yep.
Maybe
you probably do.
You probably do.
I wonder
if the water inside me, at one point, some of it was part of a snowman.
Interesting.
Man. I mean, probably not, because there are not a lot of snowmen, or women, mans or womans.
There you go.
Compared to the amount of water there is.
Sure. Well,
we need to start making more snowmans and snow womans.
Yeah, we're going to have a really hard time with that in Texas.
But that's the moral.
Okay,
not just us, everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this winter, go make some snowmans and snowwomans of your own.
Yeah, womans.
And my story is called Crusty the Snowman was
not a clown.
No.
Oh.
Maybe it's just called Crusty the Snowman. Why'd you spell it with a K?
That's how you spell Krusty the Clown.
Well, it's not. It's spelled with a C.
Okay. I'm typing it down, by the way.
Okay, that's fine.
That's what I'm telling the listener. That's what I'm doing.
Telling them really loudly.
No, I'm not. Krusty the Snowman.
All right. Craig, will you tell me a story?
I think I'm going to take a nap.
Okay. Hey, Craig. Hey, Craig.
Yes?
Are you done napping?
No. Now I am.
Okay, good. Yeah. Can you tell me a story?
Sure.
Okay. Well, this suggestion comes from our dear friend Melanie, who maybe has given a suggestion before, I can't remember, but this was a really good one. She emailed us and said, could you please tell a story about a girl who's... Excuse me, I had to burp right in the middle of that suggestion.
That was
so
inappropriate.
Rude. That was disgusting. Nobody is listening anymore.
I burped not too long ago, actually.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Very gassy episode of Story Not Story.
Yikes.
Anyway, Melanie says, could you please tell a story about a girl whose fingernails grow at an alarming rate?
An alarming rate?
An alarming rate. I'm already alarmed.
Sure. Sure you are.
I am. See?
Wow, you do look very alarmed. To the listener at home, or wherever you are, she looks very alarmed right now. Like, imagine someone as alarmed as they could possibly be, as alarmed as anyone could possibly be.
Yeah.
Take it down about 5 notches. That's how alarmed she is.
Yeah, I'm just a step below the most alarmed.
Well, 5 notches.
Well, but 5 notches is equivalent to 1 step.
No, it's a little
Everybody
more.
knows
it's
that.
A little more than 1 step. Anyway,
we are getting divorced by the end of this episode, aren't we?
Wow. Yeah, we have a divorce. We always have a divorce lawyer in the room on call.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Just in case.
If we do it, we want to record it. So.
Yeah.
So.
Stay tuned for that.
Hal, how you doing? Need some water, buddy?
No, good.
Okay. Good.
Okay.
All right. So. There was this girl.
Mm-hmm.
Named Abigail.
Abigail?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. What's so funny?
I thought of a different name, but no. Her name's Abigail.
Okay.
And so she lives in a small, just a simple suburban home just outside East Philadelphia.
Uh-huh.
And, she lives with a mom and dad. She has a brother named Albert. They named their kids with A names. Both. It was adorable.
That is adorable.
Because the dad's name is Andy.
Oh my
gosh. And
gosh.
the mom's name is Annabelle.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. They really got a theme going.
Yeah, they do. So Abigail's 4 years old.
Oh.
Yeah. Just a normal girl.
Yeah.
Just a normal girl.
Are you sure?
Well, so far she is.
Okay.
And so Annabelle and Andy were looking at the paper, the old newspaper, because they apparently don't look at the news on the internet very much. And they saw this new movie coming out, Annabelle of Creation, and Annabelle's like, that's my name, we should go watch it.
Oh, wow.
So they get a babysitter for the kids.
Okay, that's good. The kids should probably not go to that movie.
No. They know it's a horror movie.
Okay.
So then they leave, and the babysitter came over before they left.
Okay, that's
the babysitter,
good.
Yeah. The babysitter, Johnton, yeah. Johnton comes over to babysit the kids and says goodbye to the parents. Parents leave. And so the kids are playing. They're playing Monopoly board game. Yeah, it's not a good game.
Ooh. And they're probably not even playing it right either.
No, probably not.
Nobody ever does.
I mean, I do.
Nobody ever does.
Nobody does. I used to play with my sister in real life, and she beat me all the time.
Yeah.
Probably because we weren't playing right.
Probably.
Also, it's a terrible game. I don't like Monopoly.
No.
Because, like, a quarter of the way through it, you know who's going to win, and you just have to wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's a sidetrack.
I hate games like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Unless you're the one who's winning, then it's very fun.
I guess it is if you're an evil person.
Sure.
Yeah.
You're not?
An evil person?
Yeah.
No, I'm righteous and good.
Oh. Yeah, that's another problem. Hal, write that down.
She's evil. Write that down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty irreconcilable over here.
Anyway, so Jonathan's watching TV. They're playing Monopoly, and Abigail is like, this game sucks because I'm losing.
Sure.
And
she's 4 years old.
Yeah, and she goes over to Jonathan and is like, play with me. Can you play with me? Can we play a different game? And he's like, what? I'm watching the show on TV. I'm watching Chopped.
Sure.
It's my favorite.
Can't tear yourself away from that.
I'm an aspiring chef.
Yeah.
And Abigail's like, see, Abigail, she's kind of she's energetic. She's an energetic kid. She wants attention and she wants to do things.
Sure.
And he's like, no, I can't. Come on, let's go play house. And he's like, no, what? I am a junior high kid. Okay, I don't play house. I'm trying to be cool.
This guy is a crappy babysitter because you're supposed to just do what the kids want to do.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah, he's not a good babysitter.
Oh man, Jonathan.
So then she grabs his arm, and he's like, ouch!
What? Why?
Big gash in his arm.
I have no idea why that happened.
Well, because she has really powerful fingernails.
Really powerful fingernails?
Well, they're big. Yeah, and strong.
But they're powerful?
That
wasn't in the suggestion.
Anyway, so she grabs his arm, and then it's cut. It cuts his arm, and he's like, "Ow, what this kid? What's the grip?" And then they look at her hand, and her fingernails are like a centimeter longer
than they were
like a minute ago.
What?
Yeah.
That is an alarming rate of growth.
Yeah, it's exactly what he said. Jonathan was like, oh my gosh, that is an alarming rate of growth. I just saw your fingernails earlier, and they were not this long. I think. I looked at them. Maybe. I didn't notice before, so they probably just grew this way. Uh-huh. She's like, yeah, I agree, and I'm sorry I cut you. But can we still play house? I have to go treat my wound, Abigail, or should I say Abignail?
Oh! I was waiting for that.
Were you?
Yeah.
And so he puts on some, I don't know what you do, peroxide?
Probably not on a puncture wound.
Oh. Well, that's what he does because he doesn't know what to do.
Sure. It probably would be fine.
Yeah, and then he puts a Band-Aid on it, and it goes back, and now Abigail's nails are another centimeter longer.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, what are we supposed to do? And Albert's like, I don't know. I don't care. I'm just going to continue playing Monopoly by myself. We
know who was winning.
He's kind of a loner. He does things on his own. You know?
Sure.
Abigail likes attention. So, what's going? I should. What am I supposed to do? Okay, we need to set you down, Abigail. Just put your hand on the table. Don't move your hand. Let's look at it for a second.
That's a good idea. Yeah. That's what I would want to do.
So they set the hand down on the table and look at it. It grows another centimeter. They watch it grow.
Oh my gosh! How long does it take
to grow?
To grow a centimeter?
Like 20 seconds. Yeah, it's just growing.
Oh man!
And it doesn't even seem to be stopping.
They need to trim those nails.
They need to trim those nails. Is exactly what Albert said in the other room because he heard the gasps, and he's like, "They need to trim those nails," he says to himself. And so Jonathan, he's like, "I concur." And he goes and finds some scissors. Basically, you can't use clippers at this point.
Yeah.
Too long. And he clips them off, and that makes them grow even faster.
Oh no!
He can't even stop. So like, while he's cutting the index finger, the pinky is growing.
Oh my gosh!
They're a foot long now.
Holy!
They're a foot long.
What are they gonna do?
What are they gonna do?
You can't even use your hands.
They just keep growing, and both hands. That's on both hands now.
Sure.
And they're growing and growing and growing, and so Abigail's like, she's crying, she's scared. She runs outside, and they just keep growing and growing and growing. She runs to the park, and they're like 10 feet long now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That would be so heavy.
Yeah. And she's dragging her fingernails, and she's crying and screaming, and she just runs to an open field. She's trying to find more room for her nails. And then at that point, she can't even really move them anymore. Jonathan called 911, and at this point there are firemen and policemen and from all like many precincts around East Philadelphia are out there now, and the news is out there, and
oh my god,
she's a celebrity now.
Oh, poor little girl.
I know, and she's like, I just wanted to play house.
Aww.
You know, and they're grown, and so they have they're teams of people now cutting the nails. So they're cutting them off, but they keep growing, and they're growing faster every time they cut them.
Oh my gosh.
And then they don't know what to do. So they're talking about amputation.
Yeah, that seems like, I'm trying to think, like, what would you do? It seems like the thing you would have to do. And
then finally Annabelle wakes up. And what? She was having a terrible dream because of the movie Annabelle Creation.
The parents did take her to see the movie?
No.
She just
Annabelle. The mom.
Oh, Annabelle the mom.
She was dreaming about her daughter's nails growing because the movie messed her up.
Wow. Mm-hmm. That would be crazy.
Yeah.
That does sound like a wild dream.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I never end stories the way it was all a dream, and I don't like stories that end that way, but I didn't know how to get out of that story.
Yeah. I was thinking that they would have to amputate the tips of all of her fingers.
Yeah, that's true.
And that she would just have short, stubby fingers with no nails. So
then Annabelle gets up and walks to Abigail's room, and her nails are still growing.
Oh no, it wasn't a dream.
And then Abigail wakes up, and she's in the hospital after they amputated the tips of her fingers.
There's so many levels.
Yeah.
Nice.
And that's the end.
Does she do fine having no fingertips?
She does okay. It's just like the tips. It's like they didn't actually cut the tips of the fingers off. It was more like kind of like the parts where the nails are. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess you probably wouldn't need to take the whole tip of the finger. Yeah. You could just take like the part where the nail grows from.
Mm-hmm. And they still don't know why her nails continue to grow.
That is wild. Were her toenails similarly affected, or just her fingernails?
Just her fingernails.
That's good.
So far. Until the sequel.
Whoa.
The name of the story is Abignail of Creation.
Nice.
Is it called Annabelle of Creation? I think that's what it's called.
I don't know. We'll have to look.
Abignail of Creation.
Okay. I like that story.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna...
You do?
Well, it's gross. Annabelle, creation.
Oh.
So Abignail, creation.
Abignail, creation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love it. It has surprisingly decent reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Yep. I'm not going to see that movie.
This podcast brought to you by
No.
Annabelle.
No.
Creation.
No. Not a sponsor.
Maybe if we say it, they'll pay us.
Yeah, if we go ahead and promote their movie, then they'll just feel so good about what we've already done that they will retroactively pay us. Mm-hmm. That will definitely happen.
Definitely.
Can't wait.
Well, that concludes our stories.
I think that's going to conclude our stories for the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just a reminder. Oh, what?
Krusty the Clown and Abigail.
Not Krusty the Clown.
Krusty the Snowman.
Oh my
and
gosh.
Abignail Creation.
Yep. And if you have suggestions for stories, email them to us, storynotstorypodcast@gmail.com, or find us on Twitter at storiesinbed, or facebook.com/storynotstory, blah, 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 blah.
That was great.
We already said it all at the beginning.
Yes.
And you can go to storynotstory.com and find probably all of this information at any given time.
You can support us on patreon.com/storynotstory.
You can indeed. We do. Man, we introduced this new perk like a couple weeks ago where we send the clips where we're checking the microphone before we start recording the podcast.
Yeah, we got some gems.
And today, I think, was particularly funny. Today's testing.
It was.
That was.
And you can get those at Patreon.
Patreon.
Yeah, patreon.com/storynotstory.
Yep.
All right.
And until next week.
Sleep
well. And, good night.
Good night.